Hello everyone, welcome to ET Studios, and today we're having a look at the Nikon Z50, and I will be pronouncing it Nikon and not Nikon, because that's the way I pronounce it. I'm sorry to anyone who pronounces it differently. This camera has been great. I've been using it for around 2 months, and I'm very interested to tell you what I've been doing with this camera and my thoughts on it. So let's have a look at the basic specs and what you can expect from this camera. Z50 shoots 4K video up to 30 FPS and includes settings of 25 and 24 FPS, and can shoot 1080p video all the way up to 120 FPS. It shoots 21 megapixel photos, which I consider to be a pretty decent resolution for photos, and the I/O includes one HDMI port, which is not full size unfortunately, but it is still nice to have. And we have one USB port which you can charge through, and one audio jack for an external microphone, which is also very nice to have. The user interface is very similar to all other Nikon cameras you're used to, and there's two independent user settings, which are very nice because you can switch between them and the settings are completely different. It's almost as if there's two separate operating systems that have no idea the other one exists, and you can change settings independently for each one. It's very nice to use. There's two little turn dials which you can change ISO with and all that sort of thing, and there's two function buttons next to the lens if you're reaching around the grip. It's a very nice compact camera, and it's actually a lot smaller than I was expecting it to be, but the mirrorless design in these cameras is very nice and leads them to be quite a lot smaller than you're used to. The previous shooter that I was using was a D800, which is a bit of an older camera now, and that's an old DSLR, which shoots 36 megapixel photos, but can only do 1080p 30 FPS video, which is why we decided to upgrade. The camera does luckily come with a new F to Z mount, which is really cool because you can use the f-mount lenses from older cameras, and that's quite helpful because the camera does come with the new Z mount, which is featured on the Z6, Z5, and Z7 as well. Now remember that the Z50 is one of Nikon's first APS-C-like cameras, which means that a 1.5 times crop is going to be applied to any lens that was meant for a full-frame camera. For example, the three lenses I use are a 105 macro lens, a 24-70 and a 1-300, which means the 300 lens is now actually a 450, which is quite nice if you're trying to get some stuff further away, but it's a bit more annoying on the 24-70 if you're trying to get a nice wide shot and you can't quite get that 24mm because it's now cropped into about 36. The camera also has Bluetooth and Wi-Fi support if you're interested in controlling the camera from a phone, and there's a pretty decent app. Although it doesn't have a huge amount of functionality, I do say it's a nice to have and definitely a worthy add-on for the camera. Overall, I am very impressed with the Z50, and for the $800 price tag, I would highly recommend it, especially if you can't quite afford having a photo-specific camera which can take slightly higher resolution photos, or a video-specific camera that may be able to record higher bit rates or higher frame rates in 4K. This is an amazing camera considering that it can do both at a pretty decent quality, and I would highly recommend it for anyone doing work such as what I do on the channel, or any professional work that requires you to have a 4K camera. Overall, I'm very impressed with the camera, and if you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. There's also a Discord server if you'd like to join that, link below in the description. Otherwise, if you did like the video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you everyone for watching, and goodbye.